Hi, my name is Shannon Brooks, and what I want to talk to you today is about an incident that actually happened to one of my really good friends. But I want you to put yourself in his shoes. Picture this: going down the highway, routine stop from a state trooper, police officer, and they come and they ask you for your ID or your driver's license. You say, sure, no problem, not thinking anything about it. The officer takes your ID, your driver's license, what have you, takes it, sits in his car or her car for longer than usual, comes back and then says, you know what, I'm going to have to take your license because you have a warrant out for your arrest. And picture the fact that you've never even been to this particular city, this particular part of town, none of that. You don't even know how it happened. But also imagine that not just only in that particular city or that particular state, imagine that you have tickets, warrants out for your arrest all up and down the East Coast, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. So you know what? He was a victim of identity theft. What I do, I specialize in assisting people and teaching people about how they can actually prevent themselves from becoming a victim. He doesn't know how long this person, whoever it is, or person, has had his information and what they're doing with it. So he contacted me and asked me to go ahead and get him signed up with a plan. One thing I always tell people is this: we live in a world of technology. It's a good thing to have, but at the same time, it allows hackers and it allows so many people opportunities to get out here and get a hold of our information. And a lot of people think whenever I talk to them, they'll say, oh, I don't need identity theft. They can go ahead and take my identity, or they can take my credit card information, or they can use my bank account information. There's nothing in there. But you don't want that to happen, because identity theft is not just based on your financial information or your credit per se. Your identity is also comprised of your DMV information, your social security number, your medical information, and also your financial information, like your bank or your credit union info, and any kind of credit cards you have. And then you also have a database you. You have you as an individual, and you have you that's in a database, which means that any place that has your social security number, your address from where you were born or whatever, if that is sent somewhere in some database, you're actually, a potential victim of being an identity theft victim, I should say. And what I try to teach people is that, you need to actually have something in place, something that's affordable, something that will protect you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Just because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to get a hold of your information. You don't know, you just don't know. And with the way that the world is set up now, with everything being online, it's just a big playground for a hacker. Just imagine if, you're in a situation where someone decides that they want to, assume your identity. And next thing you know, they go out here and they create all of this, this mess and this drama, and you don't know anything about it. And then you try to go and apply for a home, or you try to go and apply for a car. And then you find out that there's somebody out there using your information. Well, guess what? You're the one that's going to have to go and try to basically, tell all these people it wasn't you. And most of the time, they're not going to believe you, because everyone is going to say, hey, I didn't do that. That wasn't me. When in actuality, you didn't do it. But now is the time where you can act and actually get a plan set up. Get something in place to where, your DMV information will be protected. Your social security number will be protected. Your medical information will be protected. And when I say medical information, you don't want to be sitting out here and you're thinking everything is all good, everything is okay, and you happen to have to go to the hospital for some reason. Well, let's say someone stole your medical information and you happen to go to the hospital. What's happened is that your information and their information is basically, combined now. And what will happen is when you get to that hospital, they're going to look at their screen, which is what they call their MIB screen, which is basically your medical information. And let's say that your blood type is type A, but the person that stole your medical information has type O blood. Well, what that's going to do is basically give that doctor, he's going to assume, I should say, that your blood type is the other person's blood type. And when you mix blood types together, that's fatal. And you don't want to be in a situation like that. And that's the kind of times that we're living in, where people are just doing outrageous things, just trying to get over, or trying to obtain, some sort of affordable health insurance by using someone else's information. Little do they know that right there can take someone's life out. So at this point, I'm not here to, preach or anything like that. I'm just here to say, there is an option out there for you. If you were a victim before and you're looking for an affordable plan, I can help you. If you haven't been a victim, but you know someone that has, or you feel as though someone may have had your information, or even if you use your computer on an everyday basis, you don't know who's picking up your signal or what they're doing with your information. If you like, you can actually give me a call. I'll be more than happy to explain how, everything in detail with the plan. Like I told you before, the plan will cover your DMV, your social security number, your medical information, your financial information, your credit card information, your database U information. It'll protect you from all of that. And if anything happens, they'll actually help you to restore your name as well. So once again, my name is Shannon Brooks. You can actually reach me by phone 336-231-3659, or you can send me an email at swbrooks31@yahoo.com. Thank you. Take care.